What happened?
Whatever happened to the Milkman, the Paperboy, or even MTV? Hello, we are live. And good morning on the Sleepy Bears and Chairs podcast.
Good morrow.
Nags is in the tropics. Good morrow. I bet.
I like to keep things cool.
Okay, well, there, yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
God. Do we want to start with that, or do we want to talk about other stuff?
I mean, for me, it's fresh on the mind for good old Busby. I mean, Bubsy. I mean, Boobsy. Or however many times they screw up his name.
Okay, we'll just hop right into it then. Bubsy Pilot, created in 1993.
93.
Based on the game of the same name, which I've never played any of those stupid games.
Surprisingly, it's about a cat. I think
Bobcat.
about a cat.
Yeah, you think I would, but I don't ever think it.
I only had like two thoughts about the whole thing, which was hard to watch. Like
I told you it was worse.
hard to pay attention to.
I told you it
That
was
was-
worse.
One, this thing is like super duper 90s.
Very 90s.
It's more 90s than Battletoads.
Oh yeah. Well, Battletoads was trying to rip off things, basically.
Yes.
This one, however, all I could hear the entire episode was Yakko.
Good job. I was gonna ask if you guys knew who voiced Bubsy. I was trying to pinpoint it at first, and I was like, "Who the fuck does he sound like?"
Sounds like Yakko.
I was like, "Oh, it's Rob Paulson. It's fucking Yakko." God damn.
It's like Yakko with a tiny bit of like a lisp.
Yeah, it was really weird.
So many weird voices in this freaking show. Some of them even like felt like out of place. Like I mentioned the buzzer on like our prep and everything like that, and I was just like, he sounds like an announcer / Mr. Burns.
Yeah, whereas Battletoads was a clearly a show where they were like, oh, we're gonna make our show kind of like Power Rangers, kind of like Ninja Turtles wrapped into one. This show was like, how do we make a video game that's basically Rocko's Modern Life?
Yep. Pretty much. And just super insane. Oh my god. If
For the life of me, I didn't follow any plot.
I can't tell you what happened.
There was Virgil, Reality. And I only have Virgil fresh on the mind because Devil May Cry
real.
5 is free on Luna right now.
That came real, I guess, with that helmet that they kept talking about.
Yeah, created by Virgil Reality, with the virtual reality that makes virtual reality reality. I'm like, what the hell's the point of the helmet then?
Yeah, I didn't get it. It was probably like one of the worst things I've ever watched.
The buzzard and I forget the species of the purple guy who's voiced by the guy that's just about in every Rescue Rangers episode. They were just trying to eat the cats. And I'm just like, do buzzards actually eat cats?
Now, interestingly enough, for how bad this show was, they had some like big name voice acting talent.
Yeah, Tress McNeil is in here. Jim Cummings.
Yeah, he's coming.
He's coming for you. Yeah, I was like, what the
shelled
hell?
out for this pilot, didn't you? And it was horrible.
Top-notch early 90s grade A cartoon voice acting wasted on Bubsby.
Oh, here's some trivia for you. Thank you, Bubsy.fandom.com.
That's a thing.
It is. The pilot was sponsored by Taco Bell.
Rule 34.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Ray's bent over his laptop, right? Just type in Bubsy Rule 34.
I think I'm at home still. I will do that right now.
I'm gonna think that that's gonna be a lot of pussy. Because it's about a cat.
He's gonna be drowning in it.
Like the Spider-Man gif. That was amazing.
Oh yeah, this is great. There's just a whole page dedicated to it. Here, everybody can go look at it. You're welcome.
Bubsy Rule 34.
You're welcome.
I need an adult.
The first picture, like one of the first pictures, is him looking at his own dick. That's great. And then him having sex with Felix the cat.
Because why not?
What the? Oh god! All right, I'm gonna stop looking at this. I'm done.
Stop. Just stop, man. You need to be able to have a productive day. You're not going to do that looking at Bubsy Rule 34.
Yep, you're right.
You need a good start to the day. A good start.
I also didn't understand the segue for the commercial.
No, and really, it was kind of fun. The first one was kind of funny. We'll be back in a jiffy. See, I told you. Wasn't long at all. I was like, well, yes, thank you.
It was funnier because there were no commercials in the episode that I watched.
Yeah, same here. I watched literally the link you sent me earlier in the chat. So I was just like, yeah, no commercials, commercial free. But I'm like, god damn, this fucking cartoon's got a lot of commercial breaks. They sold the shit out of this, apparently. Or intended to sell the shit out of it.
I'm surprised it was 24 minutes long.
Yeah.
And how about the opening? How it wasn't really an opening.
What opening? Yeah, what opening? It was just him talking over. I'm like, are we in the episode or are we not? He's buffing his face now. What could possibly go wrong?
It was.
That's a drinking game, by the way. And then, just.
Yeah, what could? Well, if you do it by shots, you're taking 10 shots.
Just 10? Is that how many times you counted? 10 times
Yep.
he said it in the episode? Literally titled that, by the way.
Yes.
Do you count the title call?
Yep.
Okay, I'll go with that
Every
too.
time.
But yeah, I was like, the intro. What intro? It just was. Oh, there's the intro. Bubsy! I'm like, I miss Jesse's dad band.
Yeah, Battletoads was way. I mean, that's saying a lot that Battletoads was way better than this.
Yes, and I mean, Bubsy had a little bit of a cult following on the Super Nintendo, but then it's known as one of the worst PlayStation games of all time.
Yeah, whenever it went to 3D, it got really bad.
Yeah, that's when it went.
I will admit that there are elements of one of my favorite cartoons of all time, Freakazoid. I think this is their early try to see how that worked, because they would cut.
This is their audition tape.
Yes, because they would cut to real life pictures and stuff of old stuff.
I did like that. That was actually my favorite part of the cartoon, is when they transitioned to live action, and I was just like, okay. Transition to live action, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, that was a trope they used in Freakazoid a lot, and it made more sense.
And it wasn't as cheesy as when they do it in SpongeBob or something like that. I actually whenever they do it in SpongeBob, it's cringe. But there it was okay, this is good. This is good comedic timing. I like it.
Plus Bubsy has half of the Freakazoid logo. Just put an F in front of it. It's the same damn thing. That made me a little mad.
And of course, feeling nostalgic for 90s cartoons, when they do the credits, they just literally go frame by frame what you just watched.
Pretty much.
And it's oh, are you nostalgic for the episode already? Well, here's what happened.
What could possibly go wrong?
Waiting for that to peak in the headphones.
You're welcome, everybody.
What could possibly go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Could be 5:45 in the morning, and I'm sitting here watching this trite.
Man, that's how to wake up to something shitty.
God damn it! I dropped Terry's rising tackle.
Hopefully the next cartoon we do will be a lot better.
And what would be the next cartoon that we're rating on here?
I say we do the Fire Emblem because it's only 2 episodes long.
I like that one.
I haven't found like a lot of these pilots that are just off the wall, insane, and like, how did you get made?
They're lost in the annals of the internet.
Yeah. I spent a good half an hour looking. I can't believe I found this one. Yeah, this one's...
Well, good.
That's my final thought. This fucking episode sucked. Thank God Fox didn't turn it into TV.
2 out of 10 for me, just mainly because I like the live action and I recognize some of the voices, and then I was just like, oh, the buzzer was my favorite, even though he was very out of place.
The buzzer was great. I'll give it that.
What are you nitwits doing? Like, he sounded like the narrator from Dynasty Warriors 3.
That's part of the show, the fucking buzzard. Bubsy sucked. The twins were annoying. The antagonist was horrible.
Bubsy sucked. I thought we weren't talking about Rule 34 anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I did
Stay on topic.
I did share it in chat. You're welcome again. Oh, yeah. What horrible crap. Right.
But not horrible crap. Maybe, hopefully, possibly, is well, World of Warcraft might be revealing something in the horizon. Mr. Tang has little predictions about that.
There's not really any predictions to make. I mean, unless you want to speculate on what the expansion's going to be.
Yes.
Basically, they say flat out on the website on April 19th, World of Warcraft 19 will reveal the next expansion. Like, where are we going next? Now, kind of the only like more intriguing part about it is this will be the first expansion revealed that's not part of a BlizzCon. B, it's the first expansion revealed in years that's not with the game on the exit from Activision. And Bobby Kotick severely diminished and on his way out as well. And definitely see what I'm more interested in looking at is not what the expansion is, because the majority of the expansion still was made under the old guard, because they, even on these biannual cycles, this probably is not coming out this year, which means it's going to be like probably triannual. The second 3-year gap they've had in quite some time. But a lot of that existing storyline and direction and everything they're going to do with where they're going, that's been set up for 4 to 5 years. The question is, where are they going to do with their system? Because there's a lot of pushback on all the systems they keep putting into these games. And they put all these hurdles, and Asmongold talks about it, they put all these hurdles and all this shit in there. Caps, hurdles, grind caps, time gating is literally just made to slow down the top 1% of players from completing the content too fast. Keep making the raids harder and harder because the top end mythic raiders are clearing it too fast. So how do we get them to slow down? We can't possibly let them clear it in 1 week. We're gonna have to make sure they take 2 or 3 weeks. But as Asmongold said, your casual, fucking normal ass, craft beer drinking fucking dad that gets to play anywhere from 1 to 6 hours a week, they can't do any of this stuff and none of it appeals to them. You don't have the time to sit there and, strategize with your whole party on how you're going to handle the next encounter and how you're going to do this 50th pull of a boss differently.
No, you're just gonna run in there and Leroy Jenkins that shit.
Yeah, so it's a big waste of time, and then no one wants to deal with the rest of the game because it's not fun because they put all these limiting factors in to slow down 1% of the people. So, are we? And then when you get like, but Microsoft, especially Phil Spencer, he's all about the fun, right? He makes plenty of money just being, Microsoft. They don't need to time gate you. So, is any of that like ideological switch and the success of other games against them where they've been knocked down from their throne, has that set in? And are we going to see? The systems can change easy. You can't pivot the whole narrative and art direction of an entire expansion in 10 months because you got some new owners and new ideas. That's pretty much set. But you can change the systems real easy.
I feel like they change it every fucking couple weeks, or they used to, at least.
Well, they change it every patch. Every major patch changes the system to some extent. And they tweak it all expansion long. Oh, now it does this. Oh, now it does this. Well, here's a new system.
Oh, here's an update. Here's an upgrade. Oh, well, just here's what we did for every class.
They can focus on systems that reward fun instead of focus on systems that are meant to slow people down, which is just feels bad.
Yeah, because you're really limiting your demographic here. How are you bringing in a new audience into World of Warcraft, given the fact that the game is now going on 20 years old and running on the same engine it's been for the last 20 years? How do you bring in new players? Well, at this point, you either release a new game or you just, do a complete giant overhaul of it, but that's not happening with this expansion whatsoever. So appeal to your core demographic, which is people in their 30s and their 20s who grew up playing WoW since 2003, and try not to alienate them too much. And as you said, if you're a, dad craft beer drinker, you're only playing like 1 to 6 hours a week, you don't want to spend that time looking for people to raid with, and you don't want to, go through a raid only to get wiped really easily and then have to like do it like 4 or 5 times where you finally get the damn strategy down. It's Blizzard really, really does need to pull in that core demographic to get them back, and the way you do it is quality of life improvements and make sure that the game is not super grindy.
It's still super grindy, or at least it was. I felt like it took forever to get to 60 the last time.
When are we
That's
getting
because
to
it
the
wasn't
fireworks
fun.
factory?
That's probably what it was. It's probably because it wasn't fun. It just felt like a chore.
Everything was a chore.
Yeah, it's like,
That
here's
was
my
the gimmick.
$85. I guess I better play this.
Expansion of chores. Here's your chore list. Did you get your anima? Did you get this? Did you get that? Okay, here's your reward. Nothing.
You'll get nothing and like it.
See you next week.
I definitely didn't like it.
Yeah.
I got 120 of my dollars for nothing.
The trick of the MMO is that it's got to grind, because you have to have the grind of the journey, otherwise the destination is not as worthwhile or satisfying. But you have to disguise it in gameplay so you don't realize you're grinding, unless you're one of those hardcore idiots that just loves grinding. But
used to grind for hours.
To each their own on that, but ain't nobody got that kind of time.
Now I'm just like, somebody give me a cheat table. Stat.
A cheap table? What do you need a table for?
Cheat table.
What the hell's a cheat table?
Like a cheat engine or anything like that. Give yourself infinite HP, infinite whatever, and do this god mode, and then just click a button.
I think he means like a cheat mod.
Oh.
Sorry, PC Master Race and me speaking too much.
Remember the old
It's
Diablo
really going to my
cheat
head.
mod?
I gotta watch it.
Like you've gotten a certain ego about now that you just play on PC. Like in like a year, you've gotten this ego about being PC master race, and you don't even play any games that are actually made for the PC. You still play the same damn games on that you can get on the Penis 5.
Yes.
You're not even part of the PC master race, you idiot.
I did put a key back on a keyboard the other day. I felt pretty baller on that.
Oh my god, where's a fucking screwdriver? I'll pop one off right now and put it back in.
A special screwdriver. You need a little teeny tiny one to get those little clips, or else you're gonna break the damn thing.
Yeah, I've had a gaming PC of my own ever since I was 19 years old, continuously buying new ones when I need to.
Me too.
And I do not claim to be PC master race. I've never put together a PC. I've never built my own PC. I have never decided to, trick my PC out so it does all the lights that it can handle.
And it's like an ice cream truck, and it plays a tune. Da, 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 da,
I don't buy the, top-end curved 4K screen for the maximum ambient experience.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a 4K screen. I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah, give me that 3080 RTX.
There's one thing wrong with it. It's the price tag.
Yep, this $300 curved screen I got over here is pretty expensive. 32 inches though.
I mean, it's all relative. Like you can get one that's like $800-900. If you get a $300 curved screen, you're basically not playing on a gaming screen. It means you have a lower refresh rate. It's not green.
I only got those tiny cucumbers from the store. It wouldn't look right.
Yeah, those super crisp, high refresh rate screens that are made for like maximal gaming. Not like the other ones don't fucking work. That's just, that's PC Master Race shit right there.
Yep.
That's super high refresh rate. That's a $900 screen.
All the
because
PCs...
I don't want to lose any of the pixels or the I don't want any frame lag that are going to cause me to lose my headshot.
Even though you probably can't tell because you're not a superhero.
The V-Sync? What the hell is that? I still got Bubsy on the brain.
Sink where you wash your genitals.
Show me your genitals.
All of my PCs have been based on actual games that have come out whenever I got them built by friends. It's usually like, I need it strong enough to play WoW.
Oh, okay. Here, I taped some rocks together.
At least from what I can remember. Okay, I need this one strong enough to play Star Wars The Old Republic on the highest setting. Okay.
Here's 4 rocks taped together.
Yeah. And then the next one, I just need it strong enough to last me a while. And now this one can actually play Halo on the highest setting still. But I still need an upgrade. In a couple years. Or maybe like this year.
Yeah, mine upgrade is probably imminent. But
that GPU shortage is showing signs of coming to an end.
I'll deal with it another time.
Same. As long as it turns on and I can play a little bit of stuff and I'm good.
Play a little bit of stuff. We could be playing something new by SNK, even though KOF 15 just came out. They're already teasing a Unreal Engine project. What could it be?
Save
what
the
could
bread.
possibly go wrong?
Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's Bubsy. Bubsy Fighters. Bubsy Fighters.
I'm going to try and stick that in about 5 more times.
Take this, twins. Psh, psh.
What other kind of games have they actually made recently that aren't
They're a
fighters?
fighting game company. They're a fighting game company. SNK and UG is a fighting game company. What other games have they made that they have not brought back? Art of Fighting, Garou, Fatal Fury. Like their the renaissance of SNK exists right now and solely on 3 titles, and that's KOF 14, KOF 15, and Samurai Showdown.
Ikari Warriors, hell yeah, bring that shit game back.
World Heroes, perfect. Play as a football player in a fighting game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They're mostly fighters.
Played the shit out of that on the Neo Geo in a bowling alley back in the day. Love me some World Heroes.
Yeah, I'm looking down this list. It's mostly fighting games. Oh,
Do you
there's
see
Metal
War of the
Slug.
Monsters on there?
There's Metal Slug.
Well, I mean, yeah, Team Ikari Warriors. But I don't think they'd make those, bring them back. I don't think they see a market in them.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
think they're
probably no potential.
not enough potential. I mean, SNK's already pretty much come back from the dead in the last 5 years.
They made an
And-
ogre battle game for the Neo Geo Pocket Color.
Neo Geo. They make it or they just publish it?
I think they just published it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with published because that was those games were made by Quest, and they were eventually swallowed up by Square.
All those swallows.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm betting on War of the Monsters. Because that was like after King of Fighters and Fatal Fury and Samurai Showdown. That was the one that everybody played on the freaking Neo Geo. Was War of the Monsters. It was always like, let's destroy cities with giant freaking kaiju duking it out. I feel like that would sell well today.
I don't think they've had a good kaiju game in the last 5 years. They've had
Dare do.
They've had
I
good
wouldn't put my money
kaiju.
on that.
They've had good kaiju movies, but no games.
I think they've seen what's successful for them right now, and they're getting better with each iteration that they do of these fighting games in Unreal Engine. I don't think they're going to abandon that. And while a War of the Monsters might still be a fighting game, I don't know if they're really ready to take that big of a departure from their formula for success they've discovered. It's not a smart business decision, as fun as it is to speculate about it.
Which their business is. Make a good game, people will naturally come to it. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, their business right now is character-based fighting games with interesting systems and personal character appeal, and they welcome guest spots. They loan out their characters.
They loan the hell out of their characters.
They are fan servicing right now. With 15's roster is supposed to be, as it expands more and more, just big old thing just made for the fans.
What could possibly go wrong? No, I can't stop saying it.
So,
Fucking Orochi will show up.
in that regard, in terms of so KOF's more mainly a team fighter. I could see them go to a kind of a more 1v1 fighter that's not weapons based, like bringing back a Garou or Fatal Fury.
And don't put Billy Kane in it.
Ray doesn't like Billy Kane. He's jealous of his rod.
I'm also jealous of Chang and his balls.
Put those together when you got
A ball and cane.
the old ball and cane. Billy Kane's going to be out soon.
Hey girl, check out my Billy Kane Chang.
Which you haven't played any of the story on KO15, I'm sure.
Not yet, no. I'm still like checking out like tutorial, how everything responds, how things work, combo structures. It's
Press
like
button.
I said, this is super responsive though. Holy shit.
Oh my god. I press my button and he does something.
Quickly. Instantly almost.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I pressed left and he moved left.
It's so responsive.
Oh. He's over here like Chip from Family Guy. Wow. 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 Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. I can't stop saying it.
So we got Tang's prediction as in a traditional 2D fighter, 1v1. I think it's War of the Monsters. What do you got, Nags? Or what's your wish list for a new SNK game in Unreal?
I have no idea.
I think he already said it. Ikari
Yeah.
Warriors.
Yeah. That's all I can guess. I'm not a fan of World of Tanks or whatever it's called, or Metal Slug or some shit. I'm not.
Metal Slug.
Yeah,
World of Tangs.
World of Tanks. That'd be the game that I want. There you go. I'm not a big fighter game guy, so none of that stuff appeals to me.
What are you talking about?
Besides
You
Smash.
jabbed Ray and you played a lot of Smash. You smashed Ray with that MODOK jab.
I said besides Smash and the original Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Well, it was 3, but
3.
I know it was 3. I'm just saying I was a fan of 2 and Soul Calibur 2. Those are probably like the only ones that I've cared about.
Soul Calibur 2. Yeah, I do remember coming into your apartment being like, oh, he's got fighting games. And then I asked you if you were any good.
In comparison to the friends that I carried, yes. In comparison to you, no.
I was like, are you any good? He's like, yeah. Okay.
I beat the whole game on. I thought that was decent.
I did the whole Weapon Master mode.
I did.
Crushed that shit.
Chronicles of the Sword. Got it. I can throw a bomb with Link. Awesome.
I did.
And then I walk into someone's
my
apartment.
problem with those types of games, I don't ever remember all the button combinations because I'm just lazy.
Well,
Of course, then I walk into Gamoff's house and I'm like, Supergirl, huh? Well, see you later.
Thanks for coming.
Your house, Supergirl, second place. Buy me beer. Happy birthday to me. See you, bitch.
Enjoy the food.
That's how that conversation goes.
Yeah, still the fun shit that you can do in the games as well. Like a good example in Injustice 2, when I'm as Bane, I'm trying to charge across you on the screen, just keep jumping over me. Whoosh! And I just keep doing it. I know, it's just fun. It's like, whatever. Not playing competitive top 8 Evo here.
You can put out your wish list for Street Fighter 6 characters, right?
Resident Evil characters as guests, since it's an RE engine.
Oh, yeah. Like Tofu.
Fighting Tofu, yes.
That'd be funny.
He's just got the little knife and the beret.
Rock Puncher. AKA Chris.
Which basically, I mean, since Nags, you have Resident Evil 5 fresh on the brain. Did you have Chris Redfield's villager costume? Because that's what fucking Ryu looks like in the damn trailer, is Chris Redfield in his villager costume.
Oh.
Just a super wide chest.
Are you saying Ryu is on steroids too?
Fake natty.
Pretty much.
He's a fake natty.
He's a steroidy no Hadio.
Those muscles ain't real. You must be juicing.
Juicing in this RE engine. That's his steroids.
It's so
I'm gonna flex my toes.
It's so bad.
So bad.
But now my guess, my character wish list for Street Fighter 6 RE guest characters. I would say Jill and Leon. Definitely Leon with the roundhouse kicks.
Oh man, we don't need any more Leon thirst.
It's a little bit more, especially that tie in with the Resident Evil 4 remake. Why not? It's perfect timing.
Leon thirst is worse than the Bubsy thirst. What could possibly go wrong?
Chainsaw. That's what could go wrong. And then after that, maybe some Breath of Fire tie-in where we have Ryu versus Ryu.
Right now, I would buy this fucking game if that happened.
Where Ryu turns into some martial arts dragon so he doesn't have to fight with a sword.
It's a wish list.
I know what it is.
It's not a realistic list.
I know. If it was a realistic list, I'd be like, oh, downloading now.
Yeah, right.
Breath of Fire made a comeback finally. Thank God. What could possibly go wrong?
I was watching a video by Max the other day, and he was talking about the Capcom All-Stars or Fighting Collection that's coming out where it has like all 5 Darkstalkers. And he's like, you want new Darkstalkers? Buy this game. I'm like, okay. But then he was just like, man, it's kind of like if they released like a Breath of Fire collection. I'm like, yes.
Keep talking.
All Breath of Fire games in one. I will buy the shit out of that. Yes, I will. Even if it does have Dragon Quarter on it, I'll be okay.
No, it's just going to be Dragon Quarter.
God.
We'll release our most recent one.
Oh, we thought you guys needed to play that again. Here you go.
Funny enough, Dragon Quarter sold now would sell better than all the other Breath of Fires.
Yep.
Because it's a Souls-like.
Yep. You're right.
Like, everyone hated it. But it was just ahead of its time. People would eat that shit up now more than they'd want to go back to a pixel JRPG.
It wasn't recent, but I did try to go back to the first one, and I couldn't finish it.
It's a slog. That first game is a slog. I went to it and I was just like, God damn, it's like 2 hours in. I'm still in the first dungeon because I can't get out of it because I'm fighting enemies every step and they're the same damn things and I'm kind of underpowered for this.
Yeah, that's the problem with the beginning of the second one, too. Like, you don't know where really to go. And then you go into the first cave and it's just like enemy after enemy after enemy after enemy after enemy. It's just as bad as Earthbound Beginnings. Or Final Fantasy
3 and 4?
Or Final Fantasy 6.
I mean, for you.
And the encounter rate is just woo.
It was really
the
bad.
Encounter rate is Zoidberg?
Yeah. You guys won't be able to see this when we post this on our podcast website, but I am doing the Zoid claws right now.
Theater of the Mind for the podcast website. Theater of the Mind. I think everybody is literally just that's the first thing they go to when they think of Zoidberg. They know exactly what you're doing.
I want to make sure they knew. Speaking of, we can talk about that a little bit if you want.
The fact that John DiMaggio is now confirmed to come back for Futurama finally, so crisis averted.
Yep. For season
What the
11.
fuck is Futurama without John DiMaggio?
You can't have Futurama without Bender. Sorry.
No.
That's how I feel about it.
Or the other characters that John voices.
Mostly Bender.
Mostly Bender.
You just can't have it without Bender. Bender's the best character. It's just what it is.
It's just weird they are bringing back Futurama because, to me, it just had a definitive end. I was like, okay, this is satisfying. But they want to actually continue it like it's The Simpsons now, so... But it's okay because Futurama has far less seasons than The Simpsons, so I'm actually okay with that.
It's kind of funny because I've been watching Disenchantment, which is made by the same people. Yeah, it's not a bad show. But it ended on a cliffhanger, and I don't know if they're going to make any more episodes of that. But
It's Matt Groening. They will.
I hope so. I would like to see it finished out.
You know, he's like Seth MacFarlane at this point. When he's not working on Family Guy, he's brilliant.
Yeah, we can all say that American Dad is hilarious as fuck.
American Dad.
My cat's getting into something that he shouldn't be getting into. What could
Bubsy?
possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Well, to all our dedicated listeners, we're about to be here on a wrap.
Yeah, I think we handled everything we wanted to handle today.
We handled it all. It's been handled. We can do the Terry Bogard hat toss. Okay.
You need a hat to do it.
Yeah, I'll be wearing a hat later, but that's for work. But no hats indoors, because I'm not really a hat guy, except for when I'm active.
I'm not really a hat guy, if you know what I mean. I really like wearing hats and shit.
All right, gentlemen, will you all enjoy your day at work? And everybody else watching, you enjoy your day at work.
We
And
will.
to those that are watching in different time zones, you enjoy a good night's sleep.
To
Wake
you
up for
gentlemen-
Sleepy Bear.
Wake up for Sleepy Bear! All right, gentlemen, have a good day.